Welcome to the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. Today I'm playing with a 2018 Fender Classic Series Stratocaster in the Lacquer two-tone sunburst, very pretty. Running into my Silvertone 1484 with a Weber Mini-Mass attenuator between the head and cab to work those power tubes a little bit and get a little bit of compression and crunch. Mic'd up with a Rode NTR active ribbon mic. Any EQ or reverb you hear is done in post in GarageBand. That's what you're hearing. Now let's learn this thing. Alright, so it's going to come in on an A chord. There's our first move. So with my ring finger I'm sliding from 5 to 7 on my A string. Here's another 7 and a 4. And then a little double stop. On my 4th fret, hammering onto 6 with my middle finger on that 5 again. There's an A chord, that's all out of that. And this is kind of neat. I'm going to grab with my pinky that 7 of the D, slide all the way back to 2. And yeah, hit that open B, and then harmonic on 12. That's my first move. Very pretty. And then I kind of harmonize the pentatonic scale with that next bit there. So that's 2 and 2, starting on my D string. 4 and 4, 6 and 7. What have you done? Here's our B minor chord. Look at that cage shape. They would consider that a G-shaped B minor. 7, 5, 4, 4. Something about my intonation's not where I want it to be there. I'm not going to worry about for now. And then ring finger's going to sneak in and get a 6 on my G string. Open E up top, because what I'm doing is I'm getting, there's like, I guess it's I'm not sure what the overdub is or what the background is. It has kind of a whole, trying to kind of get that in with fills and the melody. That was my fun challenge. So there's that 6, O, here's the vocal melody. On my G string, 4, 6, 7. Here's another hammer on, or a double stop. There's that same one from the beginning, 4 and 5, starting on that G. Hammer on to that 6. Oh, where am I? I think I do a little pinky thing there, because that is, so my pinky is going to go 6, 7, 6, 5. We're on an E chord now, so yeah, 4 and 4, starting on my D string. Hit an open E if you feel like it. Starting on my G, 4 to 6, 5, and then get out of it, 5, 4, 7. And then here's a big A fill, because there's not really that much happens in the song before it moves up. So I do kind of took my first idea and went with it. So that's, again, all based out of A shapes. There's that again, and then I continued it. 5, 7, 7, 4, 6, 9, 6, back up again. I was just trying to get to that for the D chord that's coming up. So I had, again, that's based out of that D chord shape. And that's, again, the same hammer-on as on the A. Starting on my G, that's a 9 and a 10, hammering on to 11. And then this is based out of this D shape. Flat on 7 and 7, starting on the G, hammer on to 9. Open D. And there's that little kind of background thing that I snuck in again. So let's see. Where am I? Yep, so that is 0, 7, 5, 0, 9, 8. Some octaves. So there I am, 5 and 7, 7 and 9, nope, 9 and 11. Here's an E chord, E minor, sorry. O, 10, 9, 9. And then here's more of those little guys. Those are cool. So that is, starting on my G string, a 8, 7, 0. Move it up, 11, 10, 0. Again, that's the background part that's kind of going throughout. It made for a fun thing to work on. And then you have a little. So then, yeah, there's our vocal melody. That is the vocal melody, but that's also, sometimes I watch Mateus Asado videos and am humbled. That's definitely one of his things. I'll see him do stuff like that, kind of get a slide into a dissonant note. Yeah, he's got a lot of slick tricks that I only understand 1/100th of. Pretty cool. Where am I? Oh, and then it switches to A. That's kind of a similar thing that I did earlier, because if my A chord is here, again, that's a caged shape. That is the C-shaped A. I'm thinking of the melody. And again, I like to do, if I can, a little fiddly-doops. And then kind of coming at the scale in a harmonized way. Those are thirds. Distance between, and that is 9 and 7. 11 and 9. Yeah, that's just getting me back to there. Let's see, let's go from... There it is, and what's next? Oh, yeah. Back to a little, I guess you could slide from 9. I think I actually slide from 10 on that G to a 10 there, and then a little Leonard Skinner bend on this D chord here. That's 9, down, 7, and then another little fill because there's space. That's a nice little D fill. That's based off classic Hendrix, Curtis Mayfield, R&B double stop things. That is, you know what that reminds you of? Oh, what's that part? Well, Leonard Skinner also. I guess I'm feeling Skinner-y. I digress. Yeah, I guess there's a Skinneredness to that fill. An elegant Skinneredness. As I'm letting it all ring. So that's 7, 8, 9, flat 7, hammer on 9, 7. I like that one. And then, yeah, I think I hit a rogue 7 on that G. And here we go, moving into the cadence. 12-0-12 on, starting on my G. We'll get that 10 behind. Back to it, because that is I wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah. Sliding back to 9-0-7-8. Yeah. A little fill, because now we're on a G chord. 0-0, A string gets 3 and 2. Still on a G. 0, 3 and 3, starting on my G. 5, 8 and 7, that's just G. 5 and 5, because now we're on an A, and if I'm feeling stretchy, that's a nice one. That is 0 on my A. 9, 6, 5. Pretty. And then I was like, ooh, I didn't put enough notes in this. Sometimes I put in notes just to, well, actually I do think it is nice. It has a nice flow to it. But it really was like, oh, I didn't put any really fancy things in this arrangement. Let me put something fancy in. So we're going to be at 10 on the B, 8, 11, and here's just a giant E minor arpeggio, mostly an arpeggio. That's 9 on my G, slide it all the way back to 4. That's the first part. 4, change, 5, 4, 7. That's a cool exercise in itself. So it goes, and then 7, 7, 3, 2, whoa, yeah. Where is that? And gets back to a G for that, and then I'm gonna kind of go up, and I'm like, oh man, the melody's all the way over here, and I'm all the way back here right now. I need to do something to get from there to there. So that's just another G arpeggio going up. 7, 5, 5, 9, 7. A little harmonized sixth action there on this 7, skip 6. And there's our D chord in first inversion, 9, 7, 7, starting on my A string. And I do a little caged fill off of that. Is my E string out of tune? Is that what this is? I'm going to have to check the intonation when I finish filming this. Close enough for today. A little hammer on there from 7 to 9. 10 there on my low E. There's an E chord in second inversion. 7, 7, 6. E chord in first inversion. 4, 2, 2. A chord in root position with a little Hendrix hammer on. 5, 2, 2, and I'm going to hammer on that 4. There it is. There's a lot of beautiful harmonic moves to this song. Structurally, the chord changes are actually just, well, they're John Lennon, so they're brilliant. If you actually look at the way it moves from A major, it actually moves straight up from A major to D major and then loops back around. Does it even hit G major? Maybe it hits G major for a minute too. But that's John Lennon. He actually does a similar thing in Instant Karma. He has a great chord progression going, and he goes, what do I do with it? I'm just going to move it up a fourth. So that's one of the many things. And the other thing about this is those background movements, that's so Beatlesy. And that's John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison. It must have been they picked it up from George Martin. I don't know. But the way that they would never just stay on a chord. If they were going to stay on a chord for a bar or 2 bars, we're like, well, we got to put something moving through it there. So that combined with the idea to make it Hendrixy just made for a very fun challenge. And again, like all my arrangements, it gives me a chance. This is how I practice my fretboard and connecting things and using everything that I know all at once. I hope it's fun for you. Enjoy.